for our opening prayer to be led by Mr.
Let us all remember that we are in the holy presence of the Father.
Good morning. I am Kathrina Glorioso. I am Shella Mae Perjes, and we will be your Masters of Ceremonies for today's seminar. And we welcome you to Workplace Diversity Training Program. Good morning, partner. How are you?
I am feeling good, partner. How about you?
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm glad to be here with you. But first, let us welcome our participants for today's training program.
Yes, let's welcome the students from CEE, MBE, EEE, DGM, and MKA.
Okay, so let us ask some of our participants.
this for history over being excited and informative.
Thank you. Partner, I think the participants were ready.
Yes, I think so, partner. But wait, let us give them some icebreaker. Let us call on Mr. Nathaniel Dalisay.
Good morning, everyone. I am Nathaniel Dalisay, and before we begin the program, I would like to play a game. I have here 4 words with jumbled letters, and the first to guess correctly what the word is will get a prize, a ball pen. So let's begin. This is the first word. Participants.
Ready?
To answer, raise your hand. Sir. Alright. Second. Sir.
Profession.
What's your ball pen? Third. Varieties. Last. That's it. Thank you.
From the looks of it, partner, I think they enjoyed our high school year.
Yes, I know you're all excited, but let us give you a first preview on what our seminar will be.
So workplace diversity refers to the variety of differences between people in an organization. That sounds simple, but diversity encompasses race, gender, ethnic group, age, personality, cognitive style, tenure, organizational function, education, background, and more.
Workplace diversity means creating an inclusive environment that accepts everyone's differences, embraces their strengths, and provides opportunities for all staff to achieve their full potential. Valuing difference allows each person to contribute their unique experiences to the work and can impact positively on not only internal activities and relationships, but the experience of customers and other stockholders as well. Let us start the training program. Let us welcome our first speaker, Ms. Ivin Michaila Dominise. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. May I ask, where's the students from CA? Please raise your hand. So, what the students from CBAA? Are there any students? No one? So, before we start, I have some questions for some of you. Sir, your name is Sir? Please introduce yourself. What age are you and from what court and section are you?
I'm Sir Warren. I'm Sir Warren and Narciso from Tennis School on HAD.
So, do you think yourself as introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Yes, introvert, more like you're more of a house person, and extrovert, you're more exposed outside or you want outside.
Most of the time I'm introvert
Introvert, why do you say so?
because I prefer to be staying in the house rather than allotting time for socializing outside the house.
That's it.
think yourself as introvert or extrovert? Extrovert? Then why?
Sometimes I go outside and
That's interesting as well. Thank you, sir. Those questions I've asked to all of you has something to do with the talk I'm going to discuss today. Diversity. Diversity as a noun is the quality of being diverse, an adjective meaning different from each other, or composed of distinct elements, qualities, or characteristics. Diversity is very important in future success, especially in business. This system brings stability, organization, and consistency to bring success in a particular business. Workplace diversity refers to a variety of differences such as races, beliefs, abilities, personality, age, and religion, and many more varieties. Those questions I've asked to you earlier, if you're introvert, you're extrovert, your age, your education background, all of it refers to varieties of differences in a workplace diversity. But using this system also faces challenges that must be overcome to make a business successful. Competition. That is one of the most challenging in workplace diversity. As we all know, the world we live in changes as time comes, and will continue to do so in coming years. Advancements of technology is getting quicker and faster, so lots of demands are expected from consumers. Like, for example, cell phones. Cell phone trends right now is very, very quick, changing as time comes. So, lots of consumers will surely demand for those trends. Global demographic patterns, trends, as well as social, cultural shifts are putting increased pressure on business practices. Different workers with different personalities must bring together, to work together in order to bring innovative ideas and creative ideas to make a business outstand among others. But because of it, some workers tend to compete with each other because their ideas opposes to one another. Some reasons for competing is because some of them want winning a bonus. Who wants a bonus, right? All of us. And some of them are public recognition, or they just want to show off how great they are to their bosses or show off to their other co-employees. But competition has a lot of advantages as well. Diversity can create competitive advantage by innovation, acceptance, and problem solving that will lead to progress of a company. That's all for today, and thank you very much. I hope you all learned with today's talk.
My topic for today is integration issues in workplace diversity. Workplace diversity refers to the variety of differences between people in an organization. It may sound simple, but diversity involves race, gender, ethnic group, age, personality, occupation, organizational function, education, background, and many more. So what is the connection between my topic with workplace diversity? Integration is the process of intermixing people or groups that were previously segregated, and my topic is the problems of merging people in the workplace. There are so many issues in blending with people who is very different from you, right? But creating a more diverse workplace can yield a number of benefits from your business. Companies that are racially and ethnically diverse regularly outperform the industry. And when you employ the staff with varied experience and backgrounds, it routinely drives new product and process innovation. Plus, when employees are aware of each other's unique traits and process innovations. Plus, when they can more easily find ways to use these varied strengths to accomplish a common goal and staff that can appreciate the variety of experience shared by coworkers and promote broader cooperation. So what must be the action of people in order to solve the integration issues in the workplace? First, we must know how to empower staffs, educate employees on how to create a culture of respect and tolerance, bring it outside support to provide workers with helpful tools to resolve communication problems and avoid the potential friction of culture clash. Second one is, we must establish corporate guidelines. We must create a company policy that clearly defines the inclusive nature of your recruitment, compensation, benefits, professional development, and social programs. Make it clear that harassment and discrimination will not be tolerated, and define the consequences for violating policy. Third is be accommodating. Practicing this trait is very important in a workplace. Some employees may need scheduling flexibility to accommodate prayers times or religious holidays. Those staff with disabilities may need more flexible breaks, periods to deal with chronic medical issues. The fourth one is, we must avoid unconscious prejudice. We must never judge a person with their physical features. It is not good for a workplace to have someone that we are not in good terms. So remember that there are four things we should do to avoid integration issues in workplace. First is empower staff. The second one is establish corporate guidelines. And the third one is be accommodating. And the fourth one is avoid unconscious prejudice. I hope that you've learned something about the solution in integration issues in workplace. That's all for my speech today.
Thank you, Mr. Obnamia. Let us welcome our third speaker, Ms. Kathrina Glorioso. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Today I will discuss one of the challenges in diversity in the workplace, which is communication. Communication is one of the most important factors in a workplace. It allows the company to be productive and operate effectively. Employees can experience an increase in morale and commitment if they are able to communicate up and down the communication chain in their organization. When you build a workforce with employees from different cultures and countries, it allows you to increase the number of communication filters and language barriers because the impact of the internal and external communication processes. For cultures that are more heterogeneous, more likely to find communication easier because employees do not have to work as hard to overcome culture and language issues. So here are 4 ways to better communicate in today's diverse workplace. First is to be clear and direct. Be certain that the information you need to convey is clear and directly communicated. Use language that are specific and unambiguous. Check the receiver if the message conveyed, if they understand it. And avoid acronyms when there's a chance that it will be unclear. Second is tailor conversation methods. Communicating with your boss, co-workers, customers, or suppliers will require a slightly different style. With your boss, be careful to pick the right time. Ask what you need and what you expect. For your co-workers, be direct, and be transparent, and be open-minded. And when your customer or supplier calls with a problem, listen carefully, and apologize if necessary, even if it's not your fault, and find a possible solution. Third, consider your attitude. Regardless of their gender, those in leadership positions can intimidate their subordinates without pay. When a domineering attitude comes into play, it can be destructive. Avoid a strong tone of voice when challenging others' ideas. Don't use pointed, condescending expressions like really or are you sure or prove it, because that behavior can be enervating and cause people to pull back or go on with the defensive side. And the last one, watch your body language. Few of us are fully conscious 100% of the time on how body language affects our communication to others. Some people remain stone-faced while others are speaking, while others smile and nod with approval and knows they are listening. We should develop more welcoming body language. Look at who are you speaking with, mark your facial expression, and don't put your hands over your chest or make any gestures that look cold or forceful. All in all, communication is an effective way for you to achieve productivity and to maintain your strong working relationships in all levels of organization. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation of Dominise.
Thank you, Ms. Glorioso. For our first speaker, let us give a round of applause for Mr. Dominic Olimpo.
So today I'm going to discuss the fourth challenge within the workplace diversity, which is the employees' resistance to change. So, what is this all about? It is just about just resistance to change. People resist change. There are always employees who refuse to accept the fact that the social and cultural makeup of the workplace is changing. Employees resisting to change is a significant diversity barrier since not adapting to the new environment or not understanding the other employees will not help them cooperate with each other well. If someone has been raised in a certain way, that person will have difficulties in adapting to a new environment, which can lead to discomfort or uncertainty. So, what causes a person's resistance to change? One is all on how that person is raised or what that person is used to. Every person has their own things that they are used to. We've always done it before, like this mentality. It silences new ideas and inhibits progress. For instance, a person who works 8 hours but takes short breaks within that 8 hours if that person is put within a group who works 6 hours with no short break, that person will have difficulty working since he is not used to that kind of work routine. As Rosbeth Moss-Cantor said, we are creatures of habit. Routines become automatic, but change draws us into consciousness, sometimes in uncomfortable ways. Too many differences can be distracting or confusing. When we talk about comfort zones, we really refer to our routines. We love them. We are used to them. And they make us feel secure. So there's bound to be resistance whenever that change requires us to do differently. Another is because employees fear they don't know. They don't know how to work with a different environment. That is, they feel anxiety about how a different work environment will affect them, their job performance, the relationship with other employees, and other job-related factors. For example, when a young worker is grouped with other older workers, let's say they have 20 years age gap, that worker will feel uneasy since he feels inferior and he will feel that he is being criticized by the older workers. That worker's anxious about what others think about him. In fact, psychologists say that fear of the unknown is rather rational than an irrational response to change. A small amount of uneasiness is to be expected from most people when in workplace environment, simply because people tend to adjust their thinking, their job performance, and their social relationships. So, in order to solve this challenge, according to Josh Greenberg, President of Automation Corporation, recommended workplace diversity solutions include ward of change resistance with inclusion. Involve every employee in possible formulating and executing diversity initiatives in your workplace. Next, foster an attitude of openness in your organization. Encourage employees to express their ideas and opinions and attribute a sense of equal value to all. Promote diversity in leadership positions. This practice provides visibility and realizes the benefits of diversity in the workplace. As the economy becomes increasingly global, our workplace becomes increasingly diverse. Organizational success and competitiveness will depend on the ability to manage diversity in the workplace effectively. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Olimpo.
Let's take a break first. Let us call on Mr. Irwin Bare, Mr. Nathaniel Dalisay, Mr. CJ Agustin, Mr. Antonette, and Mr. Leonard for our
We are requesting some participants to join our icebreaker.
Any representatives from different sections?
I'm sorry. Those names were over they go. Where they go? The icebreaker units, are they participating?
Yes.
Where are they going now?
Can we go in front for our icebreaker? The three, and can I call 2 or 3 representatives from different sections? Can I call Yusuf Awan from EE and Brian Gemma? And can I call Kirby Esterno? Esterno in front. And Sir Narciso. And lastly, Mark Alarca for our icebreaker. Okay, today we will play a game, and it is famous the Jefe Parade. Yes. Please, President okay, please, President Dominic. Move here. So everyone knows the instruction of the game. I will just point the mic in whoever I want, and they will just follow the routine of the Jefe Parade. Let's do an example. So it's easy. It's a demo. When I point the mic first, you will say hep hep, and the second is the parade. Sample. Louder, please. Again and here. Again, this is just a demo so that you will know how. So now you know how to do it, and we will start the game. We will just pick one winner, and it will get a... we will proceed first at the elimination round. We will just pick... we will just get 3, and then we will do another elimination, and then we will like do a semi-final round. Yes. Okay, let's start. We will do it first because no one is missing. When I point at you first, you will do the FM. You will say FM, but you will do the action of parade. Okay, let's do this. 1, So it's just okay, let's proceed. So, we're ready. Let's okay. 1, 2, 3. You're out. Go for remaining. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. So this is the thing. So we got 3 winners. So you just wait, and we will call another set of participants that you will be with later. We'll call you again. So I will be calling participants from BGM and then can I call the four participants? Mika, Bill, Patrick, and Romeo. And the remaining students that are not called from B. Maybe just three from you, the five. Please cooperate so that Paul, Miguel, Ivin, and Ivin. So the instructions is just the same. We will do the second instruction, the reverse part, so that it would be easy for us. Okay. You know how to do it, right? Okay, we will do it then again. When I point the mic at you first, we will say heffer, but your actions would do hooray. And then the second hooray, the action is heffer. When you say heffer, your action is hooray. And when hooray, it's heffer. You know now? Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Okay, let's proceed. Please proceed at the middle. 1, 2, So we got 3 remaining, and I would like to call the last 3 from the first batch. Enjoy the 3 years.
It's about do or die.
From District 2-1.
So we would like to know your names and your section for
Romeo Beethoven from Market. I'm Kaja Agustin from CE21. I'm Nagumulitang from EA21. Miguel Sigan from EA21. Mark Ragan from MEA21. Sarwaran Narciso from MEA21.
Okay, so we will just pick 2 winners of the game. The instruction is just the same. So good luck, guys.
Go CJ.
Can I hear some cheer from MPE? For your for CE21. Marketing. And lastly from EE. So let's proceed. Good luck.
Sorry.
So let's start again. Let's start. Okay. Say something about
Speechless. Gigi double favorite.
these are your prizes.
Complete set.
The short tree.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bare. Let us now proceed to our fifth speaker, Ms. Antonette Nicole Bayot. Let's give her a round of applause. So, good morning, everyone. Do anyone of you know what is innovation? If someone ask the membership, what is innovation? This, do you know what is innovation? Let's try it. Since you're the only girl from the marketing. So what is innovation? Create something. Okay. So innovation is the process on or changing process or creating more effective processes, products, and ideas. And it is also viewed as application of better solutions that meet new requirements, unarticulated needs, or existing market needs, as said in the beginning. So, in the company, there is a leader or the boss. Leaders want more innovation in their group first. To compete, they know they can play it safe, which requires employees to take chance and not be afraid to fail. So, in terms of products, innovation can be seen, for example, in the new releases in cell phones or other gadgets, like on Apple products such as on iPhones. Since the first generation, they are trying to innovate things and make it more beneficial for the users. So, in a research, it shows that only 13% of employees are engaged at work. And if we're continuously told we need to be innovative and creative, yet we're limited in our ability to do so. Dissatisfaction and stagnation, time and workload play into as well. In a recent survey made by Accenture, more than 50% of its respondents reported feeling too busy or too blank at work to think of and propose a new and innovative ideas. This can be seen frequently where executives are so overwhelmed with trying to get through the work of the day and evening that there's simply not any reserved energy left for strategic ideation. But of course, organizations need exactly that to thrive in our complex and changing environment. How can leaders truly infuse the leadership? Risk-taking that leads to innovation. how to drive innovation. There are many ways on driving innovation, but I would like to point out four. So the first one would be setting an example. So as said by Albert Einstein, setting an example is not the main means of influencing others, but it is the only means. So in setting examples, leaders usually influences their members on how risk-taking will be tolerated and how failure will be managed. So in this case, leaders are the one who shows their members that not to give up and try it until they succeed. So there is a leader kept it back on his wall in his office. So everyone who had tried to apply for work would see it. So they say that they value risk taking and rewarding. So risk taking is not bad, though it has a lot of consequences. So the next one would be develop innovation-friendly policies. So develop. An author named Dan Pink made the famous idea of FedEx. So we all know that FedEx is a company or an idea that share that are used by a lot of companies. So also Google is known for its 20% time to work on any project an employee starts. So their employees can work at home doing their programming and a lot of stuff more. So also 3M. 3M is the one who made Post-it notes. So they develop friendly, innovation-friendly policies. So if you can create a formal policy such as this, try to replicate on an idea on a project level. So, for example, have a cross-functional project team tackle a key issue for 1 to 3 days in an officer. With this focused effort, it's often surprising how much progress can be made. So, by creating the time and space to innovate, you can protect creativity from getting pushed, being short-term priorities. The third one would be communication. So, communication, as said earlier, is important. So, when new ideas are being formulated, they need to be communicated and celebrated. So, we often wait to see what happens before we make any announcements. In other words, we want to limit exposure to failure. We're learning in this development phase that's where risk-taking happens. So, leaders set time on meetings for updates on innovation. So, on a meeting, the members of the group share their ideas. That's where innovation comes in. So, innovative ideas do not need to be implemented immediately. So, as a team, you want to grow, conduct a series of rapid cycle experiments to test new ways of working. The next one would be try it out. So, innovative ideas, as I said earlier, would be don't have to be implemented immediately. So, trying it out in an experiment would lead to knowing what is the ups and downs of your ideas, and it could make things better. And so, all in all, innovation is essential to help the company grow and in making people risk for trying new ideas helps the workplace to be connected. Even though workplace, people differ from a lot of things. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bayot. Now for our sixth speaker, let us call on Ms. Shella Mae Perjes. Let's give her a round of applause.
So, good morning, guys. Well, let me introduce again myself. I am Shella Mae Perjes, and I will be the one explaining about one of the benefits of workplace diversity, which is to increase productivity and creativity. So, first of all, employers can offer more solutions to customers because of new ideas brought into the organization. Workplace diversity causes employees the desire to work more effectively and efficiently. The second one is workforce diversity increases creativity. As you can see there in my presentation, creativity helps to inspire vision, ideas, creates for mind, imagination, motivation, and knowledge. Employees from different backgrounds bring in a variety of solutions on how to achieve a common goal. As more diverse ideas are suggested, the chances of finding a workable answer are improved. The third one is productivity. So with workplace diversity, it brings in diverse different talents together, working towards a common goal using different set of skills that increases their productivity. Different backgrounds, experiences, and skills that leads to greater innovation and creativity. With a broad range of backgrounds comes an increased level of creative talents and ideas. So with many different and diverse minds coming together, many more solutions will come up as every individual brings in their way of thinking, operating, and solving problems and decision making. So if employees are comfortable speaking with their colleagues and expressing their opinions, then collaboration and teamwork arise. So that's all.
Thank you, Ms. Perjes. Let us welcome our seventh speaker, Mr. Michaila. Let's give him a
Good morning, everyone. Today I will tackle all about one of the advantages of workplace diversity. Recruitment in a workplace diversity is more easier and more simple. Why? Because diversity, as discussed earlier, means the uniqueness, the varieties of gender, races, age, and culture in a group of people. First of all, I would like to discuss diversity in a workplace. As you will see, in a workplace diversity, we will find a lot of different talents, professions, and abilities of an employee. In a job hunting or in a recruitment, first of all, an employer looks for an employee's qualifications, power to work, attitude, and competitiveness. In workplace diversity, it's a lot simpler to look for these qualifications and traits, because as we could see, we could find a lot of talents and professions. So, if you would work in workplace diversity, you will find a lot of kinds of people. In a diversity of workplace, if you are recruiting, you must find all kinds of employees in terms of their attitudes,
qualifications, and personalities. Workforce diversity. We could find a lot of human resources in diversity that makes more recruitment easier. For example, in our school, we could find a lot of different kinds of courses like hotel and restaurant hospitality management, engineering, business administration that would help build and create a productive business, a working company, and a lot more innovative workplace. Then, empowering people in workplace diversity, we define workplace diversity in recruitment as a lot more easier because we could find a lot of different people and etc. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lim. And for our eighth speaker, let us call on Mr. Dalisay. Mr. Nathaniel Dalisay, let's give him a round of
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathaniel Dalisay, and I will be talking about how workplace diversity helps in capturing more of the market. A company or workplace with diverse and a variety of workers and members will most likely capture more of the market and appeal to many different industries. A company that is flexible and diverse can enter many different industries, thus creating more opportunities for the company to make more money, which is what companies want, make more money and profit. A company that serves as a home for people with diverse cultures, profession, social statuses, race, age, educational background, and the like will most likely be welcomed by the society, considering today's demand for equality. Having a diverse set of workers improves the image of the workplace, which generates public goodwill. A workplace with Muslim workers will be gladly accepted by Muslims. Their products and services will be purchased by Muslims. Same goes for other religions and races. A workplace with Filipinos will be happily accepted by Filipinos, and a workplace with Vietnamese will most likely be able to capture the wants and needs of the youth population, so on and so forth. This gives the company opportunities to capture more of the market, more of the people, and more consumers. To be a successful workplace means to know what the people want, and with a diverse set of workers, a workplace can determine just what the people want and be able to supply these wants and make a significant amount of profit. As the saying goes, it takes one to know one. So a diverse set of workers will be able to determine the wants and needs of a variety of people. A workplace with a diverse set of workers can maximize each and everyone's potentials and capabilities. Everyone can focus on their own work or what they've been assigned, focus on their specific industries and how to provide the services needed by their target clients. What does it take to win the global marketplace? For all companies, regardless of sector, competitive strength and market growth depend on innovation. Gaining market share and expanding into new markets hinges on winning over new consumers or clients by identifying unmet needs and developing new products, services, and systems to fill them. Greater productivity may boost earnings, but in today's fiercely competitive global economy, it is serial innovation that drives and sustains growth. Once considered primarily an issue of social responsibility, a growing number of organizations have embraced workplace diversity as the range of benefits, both financial and non-financial, have become more clear. As markets continue to globalize, a diverse workforce is helping businesses grasp the increasing varied needs of customers. who come from a multitude of cultural and ethnic backgrounds. A diverse set of workers, a diverse workforce can capture a greater share of the consumer market by bringing together individuals from different backgrounds and experiences. Businesses can be more effectively marketed to consumers from different racial and ethnic backgrounds, women and consumers who are gay or transgender. It is no surprise then that studies show diversifying the workplace helps business increase their market share. Know the customer has long been the credo of marketers and product developers. But as the consumers themselves become more diverse, a homogeneous workforce has an increasingly difficult time understanding, and the market is definitely changing. How does a more diverse workforce help companies tap into those growing markets? According to entrepreneur.com, Frito-Lay asked its own Hispanic employee affinity group to provide input for a new guacamole flavored chip, and as a result, was able to produce $100 million result. And while creating a more diverse employee base probably won't add 9 figures to your bottom line, the article says, it could put you more in tune with more potential customers. San Miguel Corporation is one of the Philippines' largest and most diversified conglomerates, generating about 5.1% of the country's gross domestic product through its site integrated operations in beverages, food, packaging, fuel, and oil, power and infrastructure. San Miguel is a good local example of a company or corporation that practices workplace ethics. That's it for my speech.
Good morning again, everyone. I'm Irwin Bare, and I'm the last speaker for the training seminar for today. And first of all, I would like to thank everyone who came as a participant for our training seminar. And I hope that you learned something from all the previous speakers that have talked here in front. So I am here to conclude all the speeches that my group mates that have discussed. The topic that we discussed is the workplace diversity. And there are two different parts that we tackled, the challenges and benefits. In the challenges, we had 4 subtopics, which are the increased competition, integration issues, communication, and resistance to change respectively. And in the benefits part, we had drive innovation, increase creativity and productivity, capture more of the market, and make recruitment easier. The increased competition talks about the rivalry among sellers trying to achieve such goals as increasing profits, sales volume by varying the elements of the marketing mix such as price, product, distribution, and promotion. So all of us, when we get our work in the future, we cannot deny that we will have a competition against our co-workers. The second subtopic is the integration issues. The integration issues talks about the intermixing of different people in the workplace. The third one is the communication. Communication is the imparting or exchanging of information or news. And it is a means of connection between 2 or more people. Communication is one of the most important aspects when you are in your work, because it is the way on how you can convey with your coworkers and your bosses. And it will help you to gain more friends and help you build a relationship with different people. Resistance to change is the action taken by individuals and groups when they perceive that a change that is occurring as a threat to them. So many people are resisting to change because they do not want to they do not want to get out of their comfort zone. They just want to stick on what they do always. We put these subtopics to the challenges because most of the people are having a difficult time managing these topics in their lives and in their workplace. While in the benefit part, we had drive innovation, generally refers to changing processes or creating more effective processes, products, and ideas. Increased creativity and productivity is a must-have attitude of a person in a way to succeed in life. Every person in their workplace should be more creative, and productive in order you to make more works and be more efficient in your workplace. You need to increase your creativity in everything you do and your productivity to be a more efficient person in the society. Capture more of the market talks about companies that are succeeding primarily because they provide products and services that match up extremely well with large numbers of consumers perceived as their needs at that time. So many huge companies use different kinds of advertisements so that their products will be more popular to the people and it would be a blockbuster like a movie for the people to know their products more. And lastly is the make recruitment easier. Make recruitment easier talks about recruiting employees without having a hard time picking the right ones. You can do this by connecting with your local college or training school to know more from the instructors who to pick for your company. Many companies look for your resumes, and we need to face the reality that more companies look where school you came from because they base your capabilities from the school where you came from. Or you can use or contact employment agencies that are well known for their excellent applicants that can perform and make your company better. Companies use these agencies so that the person that they will hire for their company will be efficient and this decision will not be a waste. And all these subtopics in the benefit part are all positive ways to improve your life and be wise enough and not waste your time in everything you do in your life. Again, I'm Irwin Bare and I would like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bare. Once again, let us give a round of applause for all the speakers who gave a wonderful speech for today's seminar.
We will now ask some questions regarding your topic.
So the question will be, what did you learn from our seminar?
We will pick one representative per college, which is MEAC and E. So the question is, what did you learn from today's seminar?
So from CA21, Mr. Ramirez, what did you learn from our seminar today?
I learned to get out of my comfort zone.
Thank you. For ME, Mr. Mark, what did you learn from our seminar today?
Based on your training program, we learn different things about workplace diversity and how how are they?
And for the last one, what is it?
I don't know, we should be professional and our we can achieve our goals at the relationship.
So let us recognize our participants who attended our seminar today. Certificate of participation is given to Kirby Esternon for attending the Workplace Diversity Training Program held on May 2, 2017 at Luis Aguado, Viewing Room, De La Salle University, Dasmariñas, City of Dasmariñas, Cavite. Signed by Ms. Maria Luisa Eyongkol, English 103 Professor, and Maria Kathrina Glorioso, 2 Next is Sir Warren Narciso. Next is Mr. Mark Alarca. Next is Mr. Yusuf Awad. Next is Mr. Lester Jan Agnedes. Next one is Mr. Paul Apo. Next is Mr. Miguel Sicar.
Shella. Tawag ka ni Kat. Tawag ka ni Kat. Tawag ka ni Kat.
Again, we would like to thank you all, thank all of you for attending our reading program and to all the committees who helped us to make this seminar successful. For our closing prayer, let us call on Antonette. Stand up. Let us all remember that we are in the most holy presence of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for making our training program a successful one. And thank you for those who attend our training program. We thank you for those who attend our training program. And Lord, please guide us this day. And all this we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. Lord, be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Saint John Baptist, the Son. Pray for us.